Well, it's Labor Day weekend. I'm looking a little rough. I need to shave. Labor Day weekend around where I live means lots of garage sales. I don't know how many I'm actually going to find this year. Seems like every year it gets to be less and less garage sales around where I live this time of year. But anyway, maybe I'll find some cool stuff. Surprise, surprise, I did happen to find some stuff today. Now it's time to go home and talk about the things I saw and talk about the things I got. Hello friends, here we are. It is time to go through what I found today at garage sales. I, to tell you the truth, did not have any hopes this afternoon because last year during Labor Day weekend, I went around to several different places. I did find some things last year, but not exactly what I was looking for. Last year, if you remember, those of you who were subscribed, I found an old Sega Genesis, and that was pretty much the oldest thing that I found last year. Everything else was all Xbox 360 stuff, and I did get an Xbox and some stuff like that. But this year, my haul isn't quite as large. However, I'm not completely done. I do have another haul that I'll be going to later in the week and collecting. So there will probably be a part 2 to this video at some point in the next week or so. Hopefully that works out. But what did I find this afternoon? So first thing, now normally I wouldn't talk much about movies or anything like that on this because I'm always looking for video games. However, I found the collector's edition of Bram Stoker's Dracula, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, the same guy that did the Godfather movies. And what I love about this movie, first of all, I only paid $1 for this. $1 for the collector's edition DVD set. And normally, like I said, I wouldn't even pick that up, but it was actually in really good condition, and both discs are in it. And both discs actually look really, really good. These people took care of it. I don't even think it's actually, it's given me some resistance. So, there we go. So, still excellent condition discs. What I love about Bram Stoker's Dracula, the movie with this particular movie, it has Gary Oldman in it. It's just so good in the sense that it actually brought in the lore of Vlad the Impaler. And it's a very dark movie. It's a very scary movie. I always thought that Frank Langella's Dracula, even though it was a bit more sexy, it was a lot more creepy. The vampires in that movie were just terrifying. But this is a great movie, and I was happy to pick that up for only $1. Let's get into the games, though. What games did I find today? Well, first off, for Super Nintendo, I was able to pick up SimCity, and the guy sold this to me for $6. Now, as you can see here, I have gone through eBay to kind of price and kind of give you a comparison about how much did I save. It looks like the average on this game is about 10 to 12 bucks, 8 to 12 bucks, so I did save a little money on that, and it's not something that I had in my collection, so I went ahead and just chose to pick it up again. $6, why not? And I also found a copy of the Battle of Olympus. Now, this game, the main reason why I picked this game up was because there's a retro store that I've been going to, and they had it within the glass case, like, meaning they had it in an area where you couldn't just handle it. Like, they do have other Nintendo games out and about, but they had this behind the glass case. $15 is what I saw him have it priced at, and this guy had it at $7, so just a little less than half of that price. And again, you can see here on eBay, average price for this is about $12 to $15, so I did save a little money there. I've never played this game. I didn't have this when I was a kid, but when I saw it and I knew that I had seen this in a glass case, I thought, well, we'll find out what he wants. When he told me $7, I thought, well, why not? I'll pick that up. very happy I did, as a matter of fact. I mean, I'm interested to see what this game is about. Along with that, I was able to pick up Legacy of the Wizard, which was made by the same people. What is it? Broderbund? Never heard of them, to tell you the truth. And the only reason why I picked this up was because they're made by the same people, and I thought, well, if this one's worth $15, this one might not be too far off. It actually turns out I paid $6 for this, and that's about an average price. So I didn't really save any money buying that, but whatever. It doesn't bother me. I'm happy to have it in my collection. I don't know if I will ever play it. I'll at least check it out and see what it's about. But so I didn't really save any money, but I didn't overpay on that either. Now, one thing that I was super happy to pick up today, and I've been holding out on getting this game for a while until I found it at the price that I wanted to pay, was Starfox 64, and the label's in great condition. I paid $8 for this, which is actually very decent. I think most of the time people are paying $15 for this. As you can see here, there's me going through eBay and kind of showing you the price comparisons. One thing though about this, one reason why I was absolutely having no problems paying $8 for this game, is I actually own the box and manual for this game. So it is now a complete set, and if you can see, this box is in flawless condition. This is the box, like when I bought this game, this is the actual, you know, whenever it first came out. The manual is inside, and so is everything else that goes to it. The only thing that I need to actually complete this is to get the rumble pack, but those are everywhere, and they're not that expensive. With this box, this game, and the manual, and the rumble pack, that's a $75 setup right there. And I'm extremely pleased to finally have this back in my collection. This is one of my favorite Nintendo 64 games. So paying $8 for it was not a problem. Even if I didn't have all this stuff, I mean, that's a good price on this, especially being that it's one of my favorite games of all time. Now, I didn't pick this up this weekend, and for those of you who do follow me on Facebook, you probably saw me post about this. I have been looking for this game for a long time. It's one of the games that I always search for out in the wild, as they say. I have been looking for this game since I started collecting. Again, I've owned this game before. I sold it. I wish I hadn't. And now I have it back in my collection. That is a copy. If I can center the frame, there we go. That is a copy of Super Metroid right there. Now, I paid for this at the same place that I said that I saw this game in the glass case. I paid $45 for this. So, why did I pay $45 for this? Well, because most people who own this know what it is, and they want more than 20 bucks for it most of the time. I knew that the next time I go into that store, this game was going to be gone. So I said, you know what, I can spend the $45 on it and be okay with that. It's in my collection. I'm not giving it up. I am actively seeking the box and manual for it so I can make it a complete in-box set. But overall, now I didn't, like I said, I didn't pick this up at garage sales, but I did pick it up basically over the week. So this is my haul for this week. Extremely happy to have all this stuff in my collection, especially these two right here, Starfox and Super Metroid. Just ecstatic to have these back in my collection. For these 4 games, I paid $20 for all 4 of them. And here's something else that I wanted to talk about. Where I found these, my God, guys, this is the thing. Like, I'm like beating myself up over this because I really wanted it. When I was out walking around today, I didn't expect to find any of this. But I mean, I just didn't expect to find it. Let alone, the guy had a top loader Nintendo Entertainment System. Here's a picture of it. If you aren't familiar with that, those are very rare. They are out there. The fact that I found it in the wild was awesome. I mean, he had that Nintendo and he had a Super Nintendo. He only wanted $50 for it. $50 for it. Now, as you can see here on the eBay listings, they go for over $100. There's even $174 for one. I wanted it so bad, but I have a car payment on Monday. And it's like, well, I've got to do big boy stuff. I have to pay bills, and I have to have a car. And if I don't have a car, I'm not going to be able to even have $50 to my name because I make money in my car. So paying $20 for these 4 items was worth it to me. I really wish that I would have had the extra $50 because I want a top loader Nintendo. I have the old toaster Nintendo, but being a collector, you know, owning a top loader Nintendo, it's one of those things that you display. Like, hey, I've got this. Aren't I cool? Don't you wish you were me? But, to be honest, Super Metroid is also one of those items that you show off, and having Starfox 64 complete in its box is also one of those things that I like to show off. So I did get some really cool show items this weekend, and as I said, hopefully later this week, there are 2 garage sales that I knew about, that I stopped and I talked to the people. I said, hey, do you have any old video game stuff? Yes, we do. We haven't gotten to it yet. Well, will you please put it in a box, and here's my number. And they've both been very true to that. So I am hoping to come back with some good hauls on that. One of them, the lady says she has at least 50 Sega Genesis games. So hopefully they're not all, you know, Madden 94, Madden 93, and NHL 94, although I do like NHL 94. But, you know, I don't like collecting sports games for any system, to be honest. I like the adventure games and the RPGs and stuff like that, and your platformers and those kinds of things. So anyway, I appreciate you guys stopping by, and as soon as the other video is finished, I will clearly let everybody know, and hopefully I find some good stuff in those lots as well. $20, I think I did well. $45 for that, I'm not complaining. I know that's almost top dollar for it, but I love it. Thank you guys so much for watching today. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and leave me a like and let me know what your favorite game out of all of this is. Go ahead and leave a comment about that. I'd be happy to hear from you. I love talking to you. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.